student dashboard. So what this will do is it'll create individualized work for each of your students so they can see any work they owe, any homework for that time period. So to start this, you're just going to type in your student names. So you can leave column A blank, and you'll type in the first and last names in column B and C. This is something we just need to set up once at the beginning of the year, and then it'll be all set from there. So I'm going to go ahead and just paste some in there so we have some examples. Next thing is up here it says dashboard tools. If you don't have this, you may need to go into extensions and come to app script. And you're just going to go to copy student template. You can run that. You just need to run the part that says on open. And that should do it for you. It'll ask you for some permissions. If you still don't have dashboard tools here, it's scheduled to load on open, so you may have to close the sheet and reopen it. So once you have that, you're going to go ahead and sync student names. It says authorization required. So this is just going to update this individual spreadsheet. It's not going to go anywhere else in your Google Drive, but not being a Google verified developer, you do have to go to this advanced. If you'd like to get a copy of the code and type it in yourself, you can do that as well. So we're going to go ahead and give permission for that. And then it should run, and you'll see it running down here. It's changing all of these tabs to the student names that I typed in. It's also, so it's creating these sheets where they could see their homework and their owed work. Now, the other thing that it did is it also updated these other sheets. So sharing links, we just do that once at the beginning of the year. And then classes. So you could type in the different classes. So maybe you do it by period. Okay, or you do it by the type of class. The only thing here is that you cannot use the same name that's up in your subjects up here. So you can't call your class math if the subject is math. If you want to change the subject names, you can. Just make sure that these are unique from those. And if you want everyone to have the same homework, if you're working on a team where everyone takes the same class, you could just type in one class. That's totally fine. The other thing that you can do here is you can, if you have a student that maybe has some modified homework, you can type in their individual name, and then it will just populate the homework that you want them to do and not the homework that you have for the rest of the class. Once you do that, you just go into the student schedules, and we're going to go ahead and put Liam as Liam. Just put him in whatever class they're in. Oh, didn't want to do that, so those aren't choices. Okay, the other thing you can do is if you only have one class, you can just drag that down from the bottom to everyone. So you don't need to do this. If you just want to have one assignment for everybody, then you can just put in that one class and drag it down. Okay, so here I have period 1. This is going to think that I want it to keep increasing the number every time, so, which makes sense because if I'm putting it as period 1, I'm probably going to have some other classes as well. Okay, so again, this is just to set up once at the beginning of the year. You can hide all these classes page, student schedules page once you finish that. Now what you're going to do is you could type in what the homework is for each class and update this on a daily basis. If every class has the same homework, you just drag that down. Everyone does the same thing. We're going to say solve equations, study. Okay, maybe do like a map, vocabulary, whatever it might be. You could say none, whatever it is that you want to say there. And then owed work, if you have any students that owe work for a specific class, so math, you owe the equations quiz, for example. So if I go into Sarah Cooper, let's see what class. Sarah Cooper is in period 2, algebra, period 1, biology, French, specials. So then her homework should be write, study, map, vocabulary, and so on. So, and then she had some ode work as well. So you can see the ode work is highlighted. It says she has the equations quiz, and then we have write, study, map, vocabulary, none. And this is created for each individual student. Now, to share this with your students, you can put the student emails, you can put parent emails if you want to share with parents as well. And then we want to put a link over here. And to create that link, I'm just going to go into File, and I'm going to Share, Publish to Web. I'm going to publish the entire document. And then I can create these individual links for each student. So Liam Black, I'm gonna just copy, paste that here. And then I just go back and I go to Share, Publish to Web. Again, this part's a little bit tedious, but it just needs to be done that one time at the very beginning of the year. Jennifer Collins, I'm gonna copy and I'm going to publish. Now, if you have other students join your class, you could just put them in at the first student name that's blank here, and then run that script again, and it'll alphabetize them and make their sheet as well. And it will keep all of the information aligned with the correct student. So hopefully you find that helpful.